Did you know the pen in your pocket is the result of thousands of years of accidents, inventions, and even a pigeon problem? Without pens, we wouldn't have history books, love letters, or even school homework excuses. Pens are everywhere. We click them absent-mindedly, lose them daily, and borrow them permanently from friends. But have you ever wondered how humans first decided to trap ink inside a stick to capture their thoughts? Turns out, the story of the pen is full of strange twists, broken reeds, exploding ink bottles, and one of the greatest business rivalries of the 20th century. So let's rewind and trace the surprising journey of how the humble pen came to be. Our story starts over 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. Instead of pens, people used sharpened reeds dipped in ink to write on papyrus scrolls. These reed pens were clumsy, splintery tips, uneven ink flow, and constant dipping. Imagine trying to write your name on a college exam while the pen tip kept breaking. Later, in the Roman Empire, the reed was replaced with quills made from bird feathers, often goose, swan, or even turkey. Quills were sharper, smoother, and became the writing tool of kings, monks, and poets for centuries. Fun fact: quills were so important that they remained Europe's main writing tool until the 1800s. By the 1800s, people got tired of trimming feathers every few minutes. Here enters the steel nib, a game changer. These nibs were mass-produced in Birmingham, England, making writing cheaper and faster. But the problem wasn't the nib anymore. It was the ink. People still had to dip their pens into an inkwell constantly, and accidents were common. Imagine knocking over a bottle of ink all over your tax forms. Okay, maybe that part hasn't changed much. In 1827, a Romanian inventor named Petrache Poenaru patented the first fountain pen. It held ink inside the pen itself, no more dipping. This was revolutionary, but early fountain pens leaked like crazy. People ruined pockets, letters, and reputations with surprise ink stains. Mark Twain famously hated them, calling early pens a house of misery. Now here's where it gets really interesting. In the 1930s, Hungarian journalist Laszlo Biro got frustrated with fountain pens that smeared on paper. He noticed how quickly newspaper ink dried and thought, what if we put quick-drying ink inside a pen? With the help of his brother, a chemist, he invented the ballpoint pen, a tiny ball bearing at the tip that rolled ink smoothly onto paper. At first, no one believed in it, but when British Royal Air Force pilots discovered that these ballpoints worked at high altitudes where fountain pens failed, demand exploded. Suddenly, the ballpoint wasn't just convenient, it was military grade. By the 1950s, the ballpoint became affordable, thanks to companies like Bic, which sold them for just a few cents. Overnight, pens went from luxury items to disposable tools everyone used. And here's a crazy story. When Bic launched its cheap ballpoint in America, stores sold out in hours. People lined up as if it were the new iPhone. And yes, the man behind the invention, Laszlo Biro, is still remembered. So much so that in Argentina, Biro is literally the word for pen. Here goes the fun fact. There was a space pen, designed for astronauts, in the 1960s to write in zero gravity. Contrary to myth, NASA didn't waste millions and both American and Soviet astronauts used it. Ever wondered about most expensive pen, the Fulgor Nocturnus fountain pen? It was worth $8 million, encrusted with rare black diamonds. And here's one you'll relate to. Studies show the average pen goes missing after just 2 days of ownership. Probably because your friend borrowed it. So the next time you casually doodle or sign your name, remember, you're holding a tool that took thousands of years of trial, error, feathers, and even wartime innovation to perfect.